Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas. In November 2020, my brother Mateo contracted COVID-19 like so many of us did. But unlike most of us, he hasn't yet recovered. Mateo is now what is known as a COVID long hauler, a title given to those whose COVID symptoms last more than 3 months. So, yeah. In all this time, he's been documenting his ups, downs, victories, and setbacks through journals, medical records, and love letters to you, the listener. And if he's come to one conclusion, it is that COVID is stupid. For all the ways that COVID has disrupted day-to-day life, many of those disruptions have simply become the new normal for long haulers. Doctor's appointments, meds, when to wake up, when to make sure to go to bed. And these rigid schedules, the very disruptions that have come into their lives, now have become a rigid part of the recovery plan. But with those checkpoints along the day that the mind must remember to hit is the schedule that the body has chosen to keep to as well. And while some of those are universal, others tend to be more personal, more private, but not on COVID is stupid. So, with some minute detail that nobody asked for, and in a style all his own, here's my big brother Mateo with one ticket for the throw-up ride, please.
Hello, friends. I've spoken before about my need to feel like I am contributing, to feel like I'm doing something that matters. Some days, it's loading the dishwasher and folding laundry. Other times, it's driving through the drive-through pharmacy and picking up the family's meds. One of the ways I like to chase this particular dragon is by accepting almost every opportunity I can find to be interviewed, be studied, join a beta test, or take part in a clinical trial. Since last December, I've been involved with a nationwide trial studying the effect of an injectable weight loss drug in long haulers. Shout out to all my Locket lab rats. Mwah. Keep the faith, hold the line. I love you. Every month, I get a ginormous styrofoam cube sent to me via FedEx, and tucked inside the ice packs, I find 4 pre-filled syringes. Every Monday, I stab myself with the pointy end and inject whatever they sent me. Spoiler alert, so far none of the syringes seem to have been filled with super soldier serum. But there's always next week. So, that's Monday. Typically, by Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, I will have vomited my first vomit of the week. Because holy fucking throw up, Batman. Turns out, when I take a drug designed to keep food in my stomach longer so I feel full longer, what actually happens is food gets extra time to ferment in my stomach acid until my body grows tired of the exercise and informs me that it is time to vomit.
Ready or not, here it comes!
So, solid food and I have been on a bit of a break. I find some stolen moments of comfort by foregoing solid food entirely and instead drinking all the mixed berry protein-packed super powder punch mix that I can handle. Thank goodness for the world's current obsession with adding protein to everything, as it allows me to drink my diet. But Eventually, I'll miss chewing and return to the kitchen for a Mateo-safe snack, which I almost always throw back up. I just like the attention. There are already almost 40 fewer pounds of me to love, with more likely to melt away in the weeks ahead unless my body can come to some sort of a compromise with the universe. Nobody wants a skinny Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
This tenuous at best hold on my own stomach contents has led to some extended soul-searching related to my personal boundaries. How much physical discomfort am I willing to endure in the name of science? At what point does noble suffering become an unnecessary act of self-exposure? And a question that I keep coming back to, probably because it's the one I know the answer to. If this were any other long hauler I care about, what would I tell them to do next? Important questions all, and all important questions I'm still attempting to answer. As a bit of an aside, I'd like to tell you the story of a recent Wednesday and the gastrological reversal of fortune that was. At that point, I had been throwing up by Tuesday every week, so making it to Wednesday evening was an unexpected but encouraging development. Having crossed the 50-some hour mark, I decided I was safe enough to indulge in a small bowl of cereal. Magic Spoon. It's expensive, but it's grain-free, gluten-free, soy-free, bunch of other stuff free, and something I've generally been able to stomach these past 5 years. Well, not that day. Apparently, terzepatide and delicious cinnamon cereal with fresh blueberries do not mix. I calmly announced to wifey that I needed to excuse myself because my stomach was lodging a formal complaint against the rest of my body. Now, here's the real reason I'm sharing. After the bleh, I called down the stairs to share some of the jokes and observations that I had mid-bleh. I only got to number 2 on the list before wifey said, "She's good. She does not need to hear anymore." So I cheerfully told her I'd write them down in case she changes her mind. Spoiler alert, she is not going to change her mind. Fair warning, if you don't like jokes about vomiting, this is probably a great time to switch to a video of cats playing piano. Without further ado, here are the top 5 things that went through my head, other than the cereal, while I was vomiting. Number 5. It still tasted delicious and cinnamony on the way back up. But I somehow doubt Magic Spoon would be interested in a new slogan to put on the box. Number 4. The blueberries tinted the toilet water blue, and that made me giggle. It was like I was smurfing up a Smurf. Number 3. Throwing up delicious cereal isn't the problem. The real problem is throwing up the toy surprise at the bottom of the box. Number 2. Think of all the time I'm saving by not entering that bowl of cereal into my food tracking app. And the number one thing that went through my head other than the cereal while I was vomiting. I'm not just throwing up, I'm throwing up for science. For the record, I am very aware of how lucky I am that wifey keeps my stupid ass around. To all you lovely long-hauling legends, I think most of us have a need to feel as though what we do matters somehow. We want to feel as though we still have something left of value that we can give. Whether it's vomiting for science, completing household chores, celebrating other long haulers, or just sitting on the couch and being a loving presence for our family. There are things we do that can fuel our own spirits while also contributing in whatever way we were. Earlier I mentioned the question of what advice I would give any of you if you were to ask for it. And I hope I would tell you this. It's okay to set boundaries around yourself. It's okay to draw a line before you break. It's okay if these lines and boundaries are far, far removed from where they used to be. It's even okay if they get repositioned day by day, hour by hour, depending on your spoon count. Because as much as we want to give, matter, and contribute, it's meaningless if we allow ourselves to get consumed in the process. And if it seemed to you that I spent the last 2 minutes talking to me just as much as you, gold star by your name. Because I was. I spoke with wifey and then the nurses for the clinical trial, and we agreed to lower my dose. Depending on how that goes, next month we can lower it again. I can ask for a week off, or I can honor my own boundary and consider withdrawing from the study. And that type of honest adherence to one's own boundaries makes me a responsible participant, not a failed one. Clinically speaking, there's still data to be gleaned from the experience. Namely, I'm way too pretty for this much vomiting. And so are you. Hey, thanks for letting me talk that one through. It means a lot to me that you listened. I love you all. I see you all. I would hug you all if I could. Strength and health. COVID is stupid.
Thank you, Mateo. You know, I said at the beginning of the episode that this was minute detail that nobody asked for, but I think I'm going to take that back. Sure, regurgitative humor isn't for everyone, but that need to connect with someone who knows what you're going through, with someone who is facing the same challenges you are, with someone who can help you feel not so alone, and maybe even with a little bit of humor, and a laugh track, I think we're all in the market for that. So I say once again, thank you, Mateo. If there's anything you'd like to share, we'd love to hear. Email us at covidisstupid2020@gmail.com And that's Stoopid with 2 O's, not a U. We'd be happy to listen and honored to respond. Or you can join us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or find us anywhere where podcasts are available by looking up COVID is Stoopid. The links are below, or you can just come looking for us. Mateo's mop top isn't easy to miss. So next time your body is working against you in the myriad ways that it has chosen to, maybe you'll see it with just a bit of humor and a bit of love for those around you who are thinking the same thing to themselves as you are, as we are over here, as we all are. COVID is stupid.